We got a bit of a switch up for Team Kragar. The boy is in, but we got Outlaw Chris over in the Paladino. I like the weapon too, and the Mog. No, the Mog. I mean, the Mog is good, but like the weapon enchant. That's what I'm trying to say is enchant. I like that one. Kisa. I'm gonna have to find a name to give it a better name because his name is Kisimur. What does that even mean? What does Kisimur mean? Because I see the word Kisa, I'm like, kitty. That's literally the first word that jumps out of my mind. Got ourselves fair stars? Fey stars? I like that. And High Sea Lay. I don't even know. Some of these names, dude. I like to give you guys a nickname, but it's like, it's tough. Oh, hold on a second. Corbin does reflect a stun versus Chris. As Chris trying to see if they keep that Crusade rolling in. Shout if you're around the corner. Second bolt right after Chris might be in a lot of trouble. Does go for a bit of defense. That's going to be Succubus around the corner. Portals are open. Chris is under pressure. Hey, Layer on hands. He's pretty early on, but already look at that health bar. It is dipping with an Infernal dropping him. Bonza fell right after. Doesn't quite connect. No. Hand freed him off for Love Chris just to keep himself moving though. For Corbin, that is a super unfortunate one. Not much you can do. Blind on these pets. Corbin does get the Paladin out in the open. Still, portals are just blasting out the Pally. Not the strongest portals. They're just the long longevity sustained portals. But look at the two more. Fire and flames from every direction. Just surrounds him. He got the procs on those portals too. Because he had two shadowy portals. And then he's got a green and a red one. He's got like 4 rolling in at once. That is so good. How do you say your name? It's Hasi Lay. Hasi? I'm gonna call you Hasi. Right, Hasi. It's fine. It's like hockey, but Hasi. You know what I mean? It'll be fine. It'll be okay. Kidney shot, full burst, flagellation. I haven't seen an ability in a while. You got the red version of that blind onto Cobra. Is Hasi's give himself a mastery buff insta flagellation? Because it is kind of like a damage over time sort of esque ability. Kind of. Got himself full sap at a Cobra. Unless the Succubus can catch the rogue. Hasi just trying to see if he can get himself a hit and run there. More to call, Fury to follow. That is a portal still belching flames on the rogue. With the Bonds of Fall breaks it, vanish right after. That's just trying to see if he can get himself out of that situation. Cobra though is just gonna find a way to, if he can find a way to send the Succubus over after the rogue. Is he dotted? Look. Conflagration, he's dotted this time, but Conflagration puts a fire effect on the person, and it's not a burn. It just looks like a burn. It's just a debuff where they take more fire damage. But it looks like this guy's on fire. I feel like this should be out of stealth. No. And I hate that. I feel like they should switch over the immolation and Conflagration animation, or maybe give Conflagration entirely different animation, because I can't tell half the time. Some Bonds of Fell for Hasi. Shot him to break out of the bonds, but still low with a cheat death to follow. More to coil. I think it's over. Trinket, get a shot, shoot shot. Trying to see if he can get himself a go. Succubus stops the Cobra. So far, at every single turn, this rogue try to get a go. And Cobra has had an answer for every single situation. I guess the question for Cobra right now is he ready for whoever is going to be next? Because Krager is getting antsy. I think Krager might be next. Hasi's still trying to see if he can claw back a victory, though. He's trying to stay away from Succubus. One more conflagration, taking him out. That's going to be Fae Stars. Fae Stars. I'm going to call it Fae. Wait, that'll be fine, right? Fae with a reflect up for Cobra. Gonna try to see if he can peel it off of him. Fae playing Fire Mage. Hold on. Hold on a second. Fire Mage combustion, full blaster damage on Cobra. As long as he's got himself the Pyro Blast cranking back to back, big Phoenix to follow. Should get himself a Pyro with a Breath right after. Cobra doesn't really have a way to stop any of this damage, trying to go for a bit of a drain. And Faye with an Ice Ball, Cobra with a port. Oh, this Pyro blasted him right in the back. Doesn't give him much of a chance there. Faye with the Fire Mage. We don't see a lot of Fire Mages in duels all that often, but it's kind of nutty. I like it. Miko trying to give himself give Fae Stars as much of an honorability as possible, which I love seeing. I love that. I always like Miko whenever he duels, because he almost always, I don't remember if there's any times where he doesn't, but almost always gives the other enemy team, whoever he's fighting against, an honorable match. Let him get set up, let him get all the cooldowns, everything available, at least let him heal up. Letting them do their thing until they're fully ready. Miko does go for the shield pretty early on. Faye immediately get a hit with dots, unless he can remove curses, which he should be doing pretty regularly with that Agony. Yeah, it's going to be quite a bit of damage. He's trying to see if he can get himself a setup right now. I think he's just waiting on until combustion is going back up. Got himself the ultra. Miko, unless actually he can't rip it off him, can he? He's playing the pet sacrifice. He's actually missing the ability to remove buffs off of Faye. He has the interrupt, but he doesn't have that soul devour, what is it, magic devour ability, I think it was. Full combustion is ready. Miko trying to go for a fear. Phase Stars is taking all that raw damage with the drain soul from a distance. That fear, ever since they bought fears, fear could be basically equivalent to that of a stun, especially for Affliction Warlock, because you do so little damage. They increase the threshold at which fear breaks. I think it's over for you, right? Faye? Maybe? Hold on. Blinks. Trying to give himself whatever survivability he can. Just dotted. Ever since they increased the threshold for fear, you need to do a lot more damage before fear breaks. And for Affliction, who just kind of tickles at the enemy the entire time, just tickle, tickle, tickle. It just doesn't. Fear doesn't respond to fear to dots nearly as like effectively. Going to be full damage out of Kisa. I'm going to call it Kisa. That's it. I'm just going to call you by your name. I think it's just going to make it easier on myself because I don't even know how to, what kind of a nickname to give you. That's getting hit with a Mortal Cold, Trinket to follow. Got himself no more defenses. That was a parry up really, really early. Dark Laner's down, so for Kisa. Also even get caught by Drain Soul. I think it might be lights out for the Warrior. That once he gets the Dark Layer in, all those dots are extended into the next year. Like, you're going to be like be feeling those dots for at least a week or two until they start kind of waning little by little. I think this man is just done. Oh, there it is. Miko just had to load him up with dots once, Dark Layer, quick drain, and that's it. It was over. His execution sentence was written in stone. It was done. Krager's gonna have to find a way to fight through him. Krager just watched the Warrior just melt to dots, and Miko just gotta find a way to get all the dots back into Krager. Does go for a flick to reflect the UA back at him, looking for a kick, but doesn't quite connect. That's gonna be still Soul Rod either way. Full parry up for Krager, trying to see if he can fight through Miko. He's got himself the Mortal Strike as well as I think maybe Sharper Blades? Maybe. Still taking so much damage on Drain Soul. Miko trying to see if he can take him down. Interrupt is available for Krager. He needs to find a good time to kick him though. He needs to find himself a fantastic time to kick. I think it just might be over. Miko, does get a juke. The reflect up for Krager. Doesn't it reflect something back at himself. Shadow Fury is going to be a stun before it. But Miko just draining these boys. Oh man. That Affliction Warlock. Give him the right matchup. Give him the right go. And it just lights out. That was wild. Got ourselves hockey over on the Assassination Rogue versus Chicago. Okay. Last time the two fought, Hawkins was in a Boomkin. Actually, last week, when Hawkins was in a Rogue and Chicago was in a Shaman, there's just nothing you can do. Big Kingsbane, Chicago needs everything to survive here. Do you have enough survivability right now? You may need wall, you may need everything. Just try to see if you can live through the healing. Oh, the amount of damage an Assassination Rogue can pull off in a single setup is a lot. It's a lot. Lexup is going to be heavily DR'd from the lasso, but HW, I guess I'm going to call him who, trying to see if he can get himself spin? No, wait. Oh, Shadow Step? Hawkins trying to see if he can avoid him? I think Hawkins might be in trouble. He doesn't have a vanish anymore. Unless he got sprint or something. Oh, Cloak? Just to run out of it, he's waiting until dance is available. That's actually going to be up very, very soon. Who does not have a trinket anymore? So this could be really, really tough for him. I like your hat, by the way. That bear hat looks great. Hawkins does get hit with an incap. Wait, Hawkins, do you never use Death Mark onto Chicago? Oh my god, the amount of damage a monk can do is just kind of nuts. Does go for the big go. He's still not dying. He's taking the damage quite a bit, in fact, but he's not dying. Not yet, at least. Oh my god, did you never use the Death Mark on Chicago that time? When you in the opener, was that just dance with Kingsbane and Sepsis? That was wild. I was gonna say for a second, what? Cordic does get hit with a leg sweep, knocking who right out in the open. This guy's going for a bit of a self heal. Does get interrupted though, and Cordic is on his tail. Does go in for a quick karma. Cordic able to rid the guy out in the open. Unless this man can get a lot of healing right now. Cordic, I think, does have an advantage over the Monkus, as the guy goes in for a port, but kind of out in the open next to Cordic, eating meatballs back to back though, which is unfortunate. Got himself a port, but unless he can escape Cordic right now, he might be in a real tough spot. That is going to be a quick freeze root off of that Earth Shock Frost Shock combo. Does get himself a roll, position himself in the upper top side of the bridge, looking to knock Cordic back. Does get it lined up pretty well. Those Ring of Peace, man. If you can get yourself a good lineup, a good angle on Ring of Peace, you're going to be in a great spot. big old roll, trying to see if he can avoid him with a lasso, catching him, wrangling up this monk really quickly. Cordic just needs something extra here. Lava Burst sent him, does drop down a totem. That's going to be knocked back as who got himself Zuen back up and everything available. Does not have much in terms of defenses. Oh, it does get crushed with an Earth Shock, burying the guy down into the ground. Well done by Cordic. My goodness, this is going to be up next. This is going to be Perfected the Outlaw Rogue. In fact, I was about to say, you know what? Actually, this is what your opener should look like as Outlaw. You should definitely have Blade Flurry going at some point too. Blade Flurry, Drone Rush while in stealth. Should you just vanish or just Shadow Meld? Shadow Meld, that's huge. Because you got a Drone Rush for so long. I could hear this between the eyes resets there, dude. I can literally hear him wall up right now for Cordic. He's gonna have to find a way to knock this rogue around. This is a very mobile spec of rogue. Outlaw with the grapple hook, shadow step and everything, as well as sprint and cooldown reduction on all those defensive abilities except for shadow step, but grapple and sprint for sure. That is a lot of mobility. Try to run away from this rogue spec. It's going to be difficult. Looking to separate the two. Got him trapped up in his totem for a second. Got himself a Cloak of Shadows. There goes the cloak. Cordic maybe can go for a burrow. I don't know if he has burrow available or not. Does a burrow. Does a burrow. Perfected, just trying to see if he can stay away from him for just a second. That's going to be a blind right after. But into a trinket. Gouge to follow. Does he have a kidney shot? Hold on a second. Wait, knock. Does he have a way to reconnect? Sprint. That might not have been enough. Root. Give Cordic a breather. Give Cordic an opportunity just to give himself just a big old breath of fresh air. Oh my goodness, as Cordic is at least able to avoid the rogue. Does hit him with a flame shock, stun around the corner. Maybe can go for a lava burst around the pillar. Oh, does go for the lava burst, get himself the procs that he needs. Perfected, got himself calm points built up from the earthy elemental, but that thing got quite a bit of health on it, especially as a primal elemental. He got himself Earthquake just to maybe knock the guy down into the floor. At least he's going to keep him out in the open. Lava Burst is sent in. Earth Shock to follow him. Lava Burst right after. Getting a shot, knocking it back for a second. Perfectly looking to bounce out of there as soon as he can. He got himself Dance. That was a kidney shot. Looking for a re-stealth. I don't know if he'll be able to get himself a good one going. Static Totem, try to see if he can maybe trap the rogue in, but no, he does get to avoid him entirely. For Cordic, he does have eyes on either side. Could pick one up if he wanted to. I don't think he's gonna go for it, but he's actually fighting himself scarily close to the rogue on the far side of the bridge. As he got himself that cheap shot opener, back-to-back ambushes, full adrenaline rush rolling in, got himself the procs he needs with a dance to continue the combo going. As he got himself Earth Shocks back-to-back lightning lasso, no way out for the rogue. Cordic, if he can just trap him in place, he'll be golden. Lava Burst is sent in. He got himself big between the eyes. Perfect knock for the shaman, which is huge for him. Got himself even more Lava Burst sent in. He just needs to finish him really quickly. Does he get to? Leaping right in. Blind in his face. It's literally throwing dirt into the man's face as he is midair. Gouge right after. Does he have a stun to follow? Shadow Meld is available, but Flame Shock is going to get him out in the open. Root around the corner. Lava Burst may just do it. The big old ogre is very excited. He's like, yes, end this. End him right now. Static Totem. Earth Shock. Cloak of Shadows last second. He just needs something extra. He just needs one more good hit. He just needs one more big hit. Maybe the totem will catch you. Does root him in place. Hold on a second. Get a shot, but he doesn't go anywhere. Trinket to follow. Gouge right after. The rogue looking for an escape. Trying to see if he can bounce out of that. Cordic, does he have the mobility he needs? He needs that totem right now. Does get the totem around the corner. Lasso, I think it's over. Trinket is available last second. Lava Burst is all he needs. Cheap shot, but it's super hard. Just trying to see if he can take him down. Oh, it does take him. I don't know what happened with that cheat death, by the way. Oh, and Cordic doesn't get any opportunity for an auto duel. Tyr was not going to give him that chance whatsoever. Oh man, that was so good. And that's going to be Thels up next. Got himself full harpoon onto Tyr with a, was that sack? Master Skull or sack, one of those two just got used. That is a blind. That is a full blind, right? 5-second blind? That is a full blind. Trying to see, are you trying to juke him? You're trying to juke him, but he's got full cooldowns right now. Hold on a second. Wait, what kind of cooldowns do you have? Is that coordinated? Or is that the other one? Oh god, I was just trying to look at your cooldowns. I didn't look at your health bar at all. Jesus. You blink, you missed it. Police, I think it's gonna be, no. Burnison? Is he up next? I like this wild man look going on. Burn trying to see if he can give some burn to Tyr. Does actually end up dragon kicking right next to him, putting him out in the open. So when leaping in right after the rogue, he does catch him, but it's going to be an evasion for the rogue. Burn trying to see if he can stay with the guy with those jabs. He got himself a karma in case he needs to. Does not have a human racial anymore, so he's got to be very careful with these set of defenses. If he's not careful here, that's going to be getting a shot out of the rogue, and Burn is going to go down. He may need to pre-karma this if at all possible. Unless leg sweep. Oh no, unless he dies here. Yeah, that's a rough one. Monks don't have a lot of survivability. They have good cooldowns, but not a lot of survivability outside of those though. They do die in a stun, very similar to rogues. And even then, cheat death with a rogue, yeah, it's... unless cheat death just doesn't work for some reason, because sometimes it just doesn't do anything. Oh, that's sap though. That's sap though. Sapping it and tapping it. This is where police needs to go for the most amount of damage. Tyr immediately with the Cloak of Shadows to shed the death pact or death mark on him. That still could be a lot of poison damage out of the police to follow up after, especially if you separate some of the other stuff. That's still a lot of damage out of Tyr though. Hold on, police. Oh, that is a lot of damage at the end. Tyr got 4. Wild. That was very, very wild. My goodness. Can you get rid of Touch of Karma? Yes, you can with the Cloak of Shadows. You can. If you're talented into it.